Much work done today, although I've worked a lot, so I figured I'd BS. Wow. Seriously, a little bird went flying right by me. It's pretty cool. Nature. And people coming in here, please share this. Share the YouTube. I'll be active a lot on YouTube lately, as I'm sure a lot of you know. Been setting up my grow. It's been pretty exciting. Long days, 16-hour days, stuff like that. So I figured I'd BS here a little bit. Bruce Cook, how you doing? Thank you. And please share this if you can to other social media sites if you wish. So it's actually a nice day. It's pretty cool here in Pittsburgh. We'll look at the sky. I always like looking at the sky. It's got some blue. Sky's blue in case you don't know. Beautiful view though. A lot of trees around me. A lot of trees. Blue sky, clouds, stuff like that. So, when Pepper Baby Burns comes into the house, opens the door, walks in, we all say, Pepper Baby Burns. You got to use the p, p sound. The Pepper Baby Burns. You're always welcome to drop your link there. That's why I threw a wrench at you. Meaning you have power to do that. I try to help the community as the community helps me. I gave you a wrench. Yep. Oh, yes, yes. Purple. So, oh, man. So I should have a tripod out here. Can I sit down and put this somewhere? Can I put this like here and just sit down? I might do that. And I could sit there and chat for half an hour, 40 minutes, because you know I like talking. And look who's back. Back again. Jimmy's back. So I could have set this up earlier, but I'm just freestyling. I got to paint my porch too. Always lots of work to do. So, yeah. So I'll sit out here. I don't have a tripod, but try to sit out here and just say hello to everybody. I wasn't going to do this video until I got everything done, but I'm going to be honest. I'm tired. I worked all weekend. Yes. Epilepsy awareness. I don't know if I could do this. I don't think I can. At least I'm sitting down. You do this. So I got plants out a little early. Some plants didn't make it because some did. Plants are doing well. Lots of new varieties and everything. And oh yeah, the title of this is Scammers. I don't like going too much into this subject. Basically, when I find out a scammer, it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. But I mean, I'm going to go through this subject in quick. There's a gentleman in the Philippines, Scott Dillon or something like that. Now, I wouldn't say he's necessarily a scammer. I got to use that word appropriately. But here's the deal, okay? And believe it or not, I have made this deal. I haven't told you what the deal is, but I have made this deal with actually one individual. Several people ask me. In fact, I think the guy asked me, and I turned him down. I better check my records. I think the guy blocked me, or I might have blocked him. I don't know, on Facebook. Anyway, and I'm getting a message that I might want to see. Okay, so sorry about that. So the guy goes to he buys seeds from me, but he's not a customer because he's in the Philippines. I do not ship outside the United States. Yeah, to be honest, it would be economically sound to sell to as many people as possible. And it's like a worldly shared experience and stuff like that, but I just don't do it. I just don't do it. Thank you, Krista. I do see you. I appreciate you. Oh, your order went out. You can check your email for your tracking. I'm not sure when it will be there. Got what my computer said. But anyway, so the guy makes orders from me through somebody else, and he sells them higher at a higher rate than what I sell them. So the guy's making more of a profit than me, and he's not a true company. He doesn't isolate. He doesn't do anything. All he does is buy seeds and resells the free ones or some of the other ones, which I will personally state, that's okay. If you guys buy seeds from me, you don't want them, trade them, sell them, I don't care. It's cool. It's your property, not mine. Once it's in your hands, it's not my property, so it's okay. But, I felt like Mafia, but what my property is, I don't know what character that is, but what my property is my company name. That's trademarked. I spent money into that. So don't make a post. Don't make a website based on me. Like you're living on my coattails. Like Jimmy Pickles Product Line LLC. Come buy the seeds here. That's freaking crazy. And you know what? Since I'm on YouTube, I can say this. Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking nuts? You motherfuckers. You take my company pictures, which is hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds of my company photo stock you take, and then you stole my descriptions on top of it. You know, I sat down and granted, you know, I can't give I do research for some of that stuff, but I could do better descriptions. Granted. The thing is, I could have actually, well, it doesn't matter. It's my time, my words. That's plagiarism. Don't copy and paste my stuff. Don't use my company image to sell your free ones that I gave you or whatever you want to do. Don't do that. Now, I will say, on a positive note, forgive me for forgetting the individual's name. An individual came up to me and said, hey, listen, man, I bought seeds from you a couple years. You're a cool guy. I've always shared your link. This guy shared my link. He shared my posts, stuff like that. He goes, man, this is the first year I'm going to start selling plants. Is it okay if I use your company photos? He's not a personal friend. I've never met him in real life, but he's been supportive. He's shared my link multiple times. He's brought me business. He is business. I said, you know what? Go ahead. I give you full permission to use my company stock photos for 1 year only. So he goes, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'll help you out. So I helped that business out. You know, that's all it takes. It's courtesy. Come and talk to me. You know, it just don't just steal my descriptions and pictures. You know, like I said, the one individual came up to me, he asked. I said, yeah, go ahead. It's just so here's the thing. If you want to think of it in different terms, I like to use perspectives of everything, to argue even against myself, to look at everything. So, okay. Now, I will personally say Chocolate Primatelli seeds were sold out. This is how I figured it out. Yeah, what the fuck? I can swear on here. I can have a lot of fun. What the fuck? So anyway, I really don't want to be swearing in general anyway. Man, my ears are itchy out here. I don't know why. Because I'm trying to hear all the scammers. But anyway, what was I going to say? I know in general, this happened a year to 2 years ago. Somebody... Okay, I'm trying to think of the guy. I'm not mentioning his name. He went through a rough patch in his life, okay? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But what happened was he bought from me. He would buy 3 to 4 or 5 packs at a time. That's fine. You can buy 1 pack at a time. You could buy 3 times a day. I don't care. People have actually done that, and I've wondered why. I know why, because they're redistributing. and they're doing it per order, and they make the order, they make it 10 minutes later, they get another order, and then they resell them. Whatever, I don't care. Hey, it brings me money, right? I'm not going to complain. It takes money to do this. So I'm always spending money, always. So I always got to be making money. So I can't be too picky. Anyway, so I guess my long-windedness, yeah, I really should have this on a tripod. So he bought seeds off of me, I think for 2 years. No, 2 years ago. And he was selling it mostly to Canada because I don't ship to Canada. So with 8-9 months later, I get all these Canadians contacting me, and they're like, hey, Pickles, man, your stuff's not growing true. It's all orange habaneros. And yeah, I'll get to questions here in a minute. So anyway, so he takes the seeds and switches them. Now I remember, I'm not mentioning the guy's name. He's a Canadian. He's in some of the groups. He's an administrator on some of the groups. He bought seeds through this guy. You know, he wanted my seeds. He came to me and goes, hey, man, do you ship to Canada? I said, I do apologize, but I don't. And he goes, okay, no problem. And he was cordial. He was cool. Okay. And a lot of people tell me this guy's cool, but he doesn't like me now. But I'll tell you why. You know, besides I dated his mom. But now I'm just joking about that. But says this guy buys seeds for me. He redirects it to Canada, but he switched the seeds. 9 months later, he grows them out. They don't grow true. He comes to me, but he doesn't go to the guy he buys the seeds from. Okay, so guess what? Now I'm the jerk. Oh, I'm like, dude, do you think this guy possibly switched the seeds since everything's growing orange habanero, and then he gets all the specialty seeds? He's like, no, there's no way he could open your package and reseal it. You kidding? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? You kidding me? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's Ziploc bags. You could open them up and shut them open all day long. So that guy, every time he sees my name, oh, blah, blah, blah. So that's what happens. Now, the moral of the story. The moral of the story. The coloring book moral is buyer beware. Just because for right now, just because you see this logo, it doesn't mean I'm the seller. My seeds only come from jppepperseeds.com. Okay. Now I did get pretty mad about that guy in the Philippines today, but I tell you what, there's only so much anger I can have. In reality, the guy's probably just selling the freebie ones, and he needed pictures, okay? And it's really not that big of a deal. However, it is insulting because he never contacted me. I think, I could be wrong, I think he stole several of my friends' pictures. And he got busted in the groups and he disappeared. I think it's the same guy. I'm very certain it's the same guy. People are, oh yeah, man, don't worry about him. He's not even in America. All right, so I just wanted to get that off my chest. And let's get the comments. Pepper Baby Burns. Okay. Bruce says, hey, Jimmy, will red mulch be safe for my pepper plants? I'm not an expert, but I think it should be. Pepper Baby Burns in the house. Hello, Krista. As reviewers, we get a lot of products and seeds. I wouldn't even dream of reselling people's stuff. That's so yucky. It really is. I know a couple. It's very, to be honest, as far as my knowledge, as far as reviewers, it's extremely rare for reviewers to do that, but it's not unknown. I know a couple reviewers did that. And I will not send them anything. Thank you, James J. I appreciate that. And okay, we're caught up on comments. So, like I said, I like to look at the overview of the world and how it affects business and the business world as it's increasing. The pepper community is increasing at an alarming rate, which is a good thing. But Everybody's getting into selling without knowing a lot of information. So they jump in and they come up to me and they they want me to train them. Well, why would I train a competitor? Now, if I'm friends with the person, or I might give them a little hint or something like that. I was looking at my gutters, but oh yeah. So that's it gets tough. You know, a lot of guys, they don't go through everything I did. You know, they didn't go through forming a company. They didn't go through the paperwork and the year and a half. And then when I formed this company, the state of Pennsylvania was actually kind of on a crisis for the budget. So there was cutbacks for government employees. While there was cutbacks for government employees, it delayed my entire process through state and federal. But I got it done. You know, this entire process to get everything done took me a year and a half. So I might not think twice. I might not, because of my process, because of the money I spent, I might not think twice of contacting my lawyer, which is a good friend of mine, just say, hey, we got a situation here. We could resolve it with the individual with an apology and a cease and desist, maybe in an informal way, but yeah, the Pepperwood's getting completely insane. Everybody wants to be a seller. Bunch of people are renaming stuff. People, hey, this is an isolation net. It keeps bees out from cross-pollinating from the flowers from there to there. So when people say they isolate, they might not. So you don't have to call out sellers. Don't make drama in the community. My post on Facebook probably brought some drama to some degree. I actually didn't see any drama. But it's buyer beware. There's a lot of craziness out there. So, you know, crap. What the hell? So, there's people lying about isolation. You don't even have to ask these people. Go look at their pictures. If there isn't nets or separate greenhouses, they're lying. They're seriously fucking lying. I don't spend all this time and money and effort. Setting up these nets is taking me, in all actuality, probably a couple weeks of work. Meanwhile, people just come in and say they don't do it. I don't want to dwell on it too much, but man. All right, so Bruce Cook says, I learned I never buy seeds from eBay sellers who use general pictures of peppers that are found on... Yeah, they're stealing pictures there, Bruce. Yeah, you know that. Trusted sellers grow the plants themselves like Jimmy, yes. All right, I'm just skimming through this. If I buy seeds from a grower, I would... Okay, let me read it. If I buy seeds from... Oh, man, it's disappearing. Sorry about that. If I buy seeds from a grower, I would at least grow the seeds and try the product. Yes. Thank you. All right. Hey, you know what? I wasn't going to show this, but why not? This is fun. I put my earbuds in. I listen to music. I've been listening to, weird enough, a lot of lectures, stuff like that. So I'll just go ahead. Like I said, my message is just for now on, just because you see the logo, it has to be jppepperseeds.com. So this is what we're looking at. Yeah, these nets need fixed and clipped, but they don't have flowers on. So I've been producing, by the way. I have. See that? Some of it needs transplanted. Bamboo. I have to replace some of the bamboo. But yeah, it's cool. It's fun. And birds try to get in here. Oh, this is what it looks like when you get a plant put out too early. So, it is what it is. I don't want to get into too many varieties. Some of these look a little rough. Some of them look pretty good. But this is what an isolated grow looks like. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on here because I got work to do. Forgot to tell you. So I'm filling up this entire area. And you got to protect yourself. So that's why I got security cameras in here now. And then I might grow a little bit back there. That needs cleaned up. That'll be, that needs taken care of. I got to get this done. Maybe by next week I'll start working on my shed and everything else. But yeah. My goal, and always subject to change, in between 350 to 400 varieties on my website by the end of the year. Okay, so I want to say, this is an isolated grow. I see people saying, oh, isolated seeds, and you see that. That's not isolated. You know, people are crazy. Just buyer beware. Yes, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I've 16-hour day. I do about 12 to 16-hour days. So this is all. I got most of it done. I got 4 more rows. Of course, the neighbor's firing up his lawnmower while I'm live. But anyway, gray skies in Pittsburgh. You'd never guess it, right? You would never guess it. My trusty frog. Whoa, as I almost fall. So I'll put this back. Oh. Don't trip over stuff. Hey, map out your grow. That's where I'm at. I'm on row 8. So, I got a bunch of plants downstairs I'm still doing. This porch needs cleaned up. Got to fix that. I got to paint. All that other stuff. So I'm going to black out this area. We'll go downstairs. So, I don't know. Going live. Yes, I blocked. If you're just going to now, I blacked out the area. Ooh-wee. So this is what I got left. And I need to sweep and mop. I actually get my basement back, right? What am I going to do? So this is what's left. And I'll get half of these plants out. My goal is that, you know what? I'm really going to do it. I need to get half of these plants out today. At least start hoarding them off. Some of these plants are not ready. Stuff like that. All that other fun-loving stuff. Some of these should be exclusives. Some really cool stuff. Here's an exclusive. It should produce right. I got some really cool pictures already from last season. It's a color variant. Let's see. Bruce Cook says, all of the pepper reviewers I'm stumped on your YouTube claimed. Awesome, Bruce. Thank you so much. I got some cool stuff. And you know, as time goes by, I'm grabbing a pop, by the way. I'm thirsty. I've been drinking pop lately. Don't need to see my messy. Here's my. I could start using this as I don't have any chalk. I could start doing lessons in here. Freaking with I'd rather have a dry erase board. Nice refridge. My mini refridge. Margarita mix. Did I even open this? Probably not. I don't drink much. I really don't drink much. So that being said, it'll sit in there for a while. So I got off the main subject, which is good. So I got off the main subject. I didn't want to harp on it. I figured I'd get a lot of, to be honest, I'm like, am I going in a stroke? What the heck am I doing? You work so much. You do goofy stuff. Yeah, I work 16 hours a day. Today I've been doing the internet thing. I noticed that goofy dude. This stuff. It happens all the time. So, let me give advice, which I need to take as well. Sometimes I give advice, but I need to be doing my own advice. When you see other people stealing your pictures, what you need to do in a professional stance, be nice, be calm, contact them and say, hey, listen, that's my company property. I'd appreciate it if you would ask me for them. You know, you don't need to swear at them or anything else like that. And, you know, try to resolve conflict. Some people are going through rough parts of life. You know, just try to be nice to people. Granted, they did something wrong, but everybody needs a chance. Sometimes people need second chances in life. Some people need to be shown the light. I was raised with two great parents who told me to work extremely hard, to do all the right things. So I've always tried. I've never been perfect in my life. You know, people make mistakes. It's just natural. Some people make mistakes on purpose or whatever. Contact that person. The thing is, I try to contact that person and it just becomes very tough because I had to download an app and then I sent the message to the guy, hey, listen, you know, if you wanted my things, the guy's not making a lot of money. He's competing with me with that. I mean, it's comical. He's competing me. You want to be my competitor? How are you going to beat Jimmy Pickles with his own products? Just use his own logo. Hey, don't take that. Don't take that. Don't take it. Don't take it. Hands off. Hands off. That is my logo. Hands off. I'm definitely working too much. But the great reward is in the work. And that's another aspect. Work hard. You're going to feel good about yourself. You know how you eat a pepper and you get an endorphin rush? That feeling, it's like a runner's high. You get the same thing from hard work. Don't be afraid of hard work. Get in there, arm wrestle that crap, win it, and if you lose, don't feel bad about yourself. You get back in that ring, and it's not over till it's over, Rocky. And that's what you need to do. Try not to put down other people. It's so easy to do, and it seems more efficient, at least on time. We're all guilty of it. We're all imperfect. God knows I've been made wrong. I've made a whole career before Pepper Seed just being a complete goofball. So, you know, try to do things in a professional way. But that's, like Bubba says, that's all I gotta say about that, Forrest. All right. So let's go back to the comments. Ooh, did that shift? You can't shift. Can I send you some F1s I made, OG strain? That's awesome. F1s. I don't know, man. Send me a private message. I'll look at it. That's something I got to stabilize, and I'm working on my own crosses. You know what the heck, man? I'll take a look at it, but I'm gonna be honest. 90% of the chance I will probably turn you down. Hey, Amanda. Amanda. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. To be. Bruce Cook says, I almost never get that endorphin rush from eating peppers, but I do get it sometimes when it comes out several hours later from weird reasons. That's goofy. Yeah, you get it. The lights flickered. $10.4. Okay, that sounds good. So, Amanda says, I have a chocolate primatale from this year. Can't wait. That's awesome. Forming this year. Awesome. You know what I just pictured in my head? I couldn't figure out for the longest time. I think I just figured this out. Why I do this. Why am I doing this? It's just kind of weird. I think I figured out why I do it. Because you pick up traits from stuff. What was it? Matt the Technician Saturday Night Live skit. It was Undercover. If you guys ever watch that skit, Undercover Boss. We're going undercover with the boss of the Death Star. Or the Star Destroyer. It's not Star Destroyer. Well, I can't even remember what the hell. Shame on me. This is Kylo Ren going undercover as Matt the Technician. And I think that's why I do that. So when you see me do that, I think that's a reference to Matt the Technician. So, yeah. I don't know. Any questions, comments about your grows? Hopefully everything's going well. Remember to map out your grow. I beg of you to map out your grow. And some people are like, well, man, I just use something or marker or, like you can see this. I mean, this is sloppy as hell. Foodorama Scotch Bonnet. I'm growing it again. Very tasty pepper. So I still map out my grow because of the sun and the rain. Or say I have a kid that comes over, wants to run in my grow and just switch all the markers or picks it up. One of my customers, I can't remember for the life of me. One of my customers came up to me and said their niece said, "Hey, look at me! I did you a favor. I got all the markers for you." And the guy was like, "For the God's sake, I'll probably kill a child today." Took all my marker, took all my garden signs. Well, lo and behold, I'm glad that customer was honest with me. Came up to me and said, "Hey, man, the peppers are forming. They're ripening. Could you identify peppers from like 400 plants?" I'm like, this is me looking at my phone. No. I'll give you a copy of the list of what you bought, and it doesn't include the free ones in there, but you can match it up that way. That's the best I can do for you. I'm like, meanwhile, when somebody sends that message, I'm like in the middle of doing something. I'm like, I can't take a day off to do that. That's crazy. But I'll try to help you as much as I can. Or if I drink a lot of coffee and I'm on break, I probably will help you as much as I can. I do try to help. I really do. Arsenic Element, my cross Count Dracula and King BOC looks like it's about to start turning colors. Awesome. Oh, yes. I think they're hardening off. They're outside. I'm gonna turn that dryer off. I'm always doing laundry, aren't I? Since I'm here, let me check, Amanda. I'm gonna see over here. I'll be back. I'll see you over here, Amanda. I think they're all outside. I think I put those outside. So they're hardening off right now. I don't see them over here. That's where they were. They're doing well. How's your merchant peppers doing? Yeah, they're doing well. I'm glad you mentioned. Thank you very much. I'm glad you mentioned those to me originally. So I'll be very interested in tasting them, and I'll do a review. Oh, by the way, I have done multiple reviews. I've done 3 reviews that unreleased. I'll release them when seeds are on the site. I'm just saving seeds right now. So a couple ones here and there I'll throw on the website. Nothing spectacular, just commons right now. But this is just the beginning. My stuff's been outside for, I don't know, 6 weeks. I put it out before Mother's Day. So, yeah, they're doing well. Bruce Cook says, too many peppers are closely related. So many of them will look almost identical to each other. To differentiate by morphology, common ancestries will do. Yeah. Pepper IDs just considered a loss, in my opinion, unless you can really know. Too many people are, I'm telling you right now, too many people are selling stuff that's not true. And some of the stuff that people grow, and then they grow it the following season non-isolated, it's not open pollinated is not the proper term, although that's on Google. It's isolated or non-isolated. Because open pollinated just means the flower opens up. That's all that means. It was actually used improperly for a very long time. So I did notice this. I actually, through the years, I watch over some people, not that, just in general, I see the posts. One guy grew purple UFO. It looked good last year. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Nice picture, whatever. And then he was able to produce seeds right now. And I know he's selling, and it's crossed. It's just not the same. So he's selling that, but it's not even the right thing. People do that all the time. Once again, what's the magic words, boys and girls? Do your research. I did 2 bounces on research. It counts as 2. So I was thirsty here. I'm getting good numbers here. 14 people here. You got grow questions? Ask them. The scamming part was earlier. It's just like people borrowing pictures and using my company name to sell seeds. Don't use my company. Only I can use my company name. One guy, no, well, technically 2 people can sell underneath my name. Me and another guy selling plants. I gave him permission. One person. He asked me, I'm not going to steal your pictures, but could I borrow them? I said, you know what? It's kind of advertising for me. The guy's a trustworthy guy. Go for it. Why not? But I'm not, and to be honest, after this year, I might not give permission to anybody. I mean, that was just the whole gist. And the problem is me contacting the individual. I had to download an app, and then I sent the message. You know, this is Jim Morrow, Jimmy Pickles Product Line LLC. I did not give you permission to plagiarize my stuff and take my pictures and use my company name as your heading. Come buy Jimmy Pickles Seeds here. But you're not him. I'm him. And quite honestly, do you really want to be me? I have a hard time being me. My life's just peppers. That's it. So I'm over here drumming. I'm having too much fun with that. I usually don't drink pop. After this video, I am going to start sorting more plants and everything like that. Like I said, while I'm here, you might as well ask me grow questions. I know you guys love asking grow questions. You know, I could make this video go on for a while. I could sort my plants and be live. So, I'm not going to show you all what I'm sorting. But go ahead, ask questions, talk amongst yourselves. Why not? I'm going to be here no matter what. And I could just go on for a while. Maybe it'll be my initiative to have fun and work. All my jobs, I always kind of got in trouble at all my jobs because I always drank too much coffee and I always talked too much. I know you guys don't believe me, so that's a good one right there. So just sorting plants while we're live here. That way it gives more people to watch this video, more time. jppepperseeds.com. By the way, I am suspended on Facebook. I was able to make a simple post today about that guy. I probably pull it. I don't like it's negativity. I don't like negativity. So I'm thinking about pulling that post, but I figured I'd let people know it's ample time. You know, if somebody comes on my Facebook page and sees something like that, and use me as an example in your own lives and stuff. You know, if you guys want to be sellers, I know people who blast anybody who's negative. You know, and you know what? They could be right 100%, but sometimes it's not about right or wrong. Sometimes it's actually about projection. Are you a positive person? Are you coming off positive? You know, and the consumer will be like, hey, do I want to buy seeds from this guy or that girl? And they'll be like, well, this guy's calling a lot of people out. So that's kind of negative. So I think based on this thought process I'm having as we speak, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to pull that. I'm actually going to pull that video or that post. But you guys you're willing. If you're willing, you can always... Yeah, I'm sorting pepper plants in case you guys don't know. If you're willing, you can share all my videos, you know, as we go along. So I could go live here for 3 hours. So this is stepping back here is like normal. Stepping right here is like sunburn. This is what it looks like if I had a sunburn. All right. I don't think I grew too many of those. I was sorting an ahi type. Ahi types usually have a high... Oh, I don't want to drop my phone. High yields. I was just over here, wasn't I? I was. But I'm going to double check. Double check. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns? Howling Dog Amanda says, have a great day. Talk to you all soon. Thank you very much for being here. What, Willie? I don't know what that is. I missed some stuff here, so. I really did miss some stuff here. So I'll go back to reading comments after. These are important. They need watered. I think I'm done with this variety right here. So, what I'm going to do... So let me sort this. We could do that. That's garbage. Throw it on the floor. Those are sorted. I'm done. I only have 4 plants of those. Might have another one out there. All right, so I sorted those. Enough time for people to come in here. Let's go back to comments, questions, and concerns. Okay. All right. Lawn Dog. Jimmy, you should protect your intellectual property rights. I should. I do. This is trademarked. Can't take my name. I could sue. Will I? Probably not. Why? Wet fingers in another air. Yeah, I do have trademarks. Well, this isn't a lawn. Do I know you? Lawn? Are you? Anyway, it's not about. It's not about. This is not a troll I'm speaking about. This is about scammers. So, hey, you know what? I get people bashing me every day. I get 1 to 40 people, and I get 4,000 people praising my name every day. And the people who bash me are jealous. They're competitors. They're not buyers. They don't buy from me. So they can talk about me all they want. Who cares? I've gone to that point. Doesn't matter. Wet fingers in another ear. How do you control the water dripping out of those pots? Question. Do they have holes in the bottom? Right. Right. You just remind me of a Monty Python thing. Like, hey, sir, could I noticed something about your coffee cup. Do you mind if you could show me the bottom of your coffee cup? They take the coffee cup and they spill it all over themselves. But you can see there's a hole. And fingers are always getting dirty in the grow room. Grow bags. You don't need holes. They go right through. And they air prune the roots so you don't get root bound. All right, let's go back to comments. To success, and it must be protected. Yeah, I'm protected. Yep, as stated, I'm already protected. Okay, Jimmy, what's your opinion on using high phosphorus liquid fertilizer, something like 848-8? Okay, let me finish reading that, and I'll tell you my instant reaction. As an example, is it okay to use after the plant flowers and starts growing peppers? To answer your last question there, is it okay? Yes, it is okay. 848, 840, I'm sorry. That's a lot of 8s in there. 848-8 gave me a reaction like that. That's a really high number. And anything, you need balance. You don't want to go too high on stuff. It could cause nutrient block, stuff like that. Yeah, that's fine. Don't just go by the directions or go a little bit less than recommended dosage. It's fine. Phosphorus and you know what, like potassium. Potassium helps ripen and it works on other stuff. Oh boy, I just got a notification. 15% left on here. Unless I grab my charger and just talk to you guys all day. I could do that. I could do that. So, potassium will help ripen your peppers faster, but don't do the same. I've made the mistake. See, I make mistakes. This is maybe 3 years ago. I wanted to get stuff ripened faster, especially at the end of the season. Ripening them faster does help with potassium and phosphorus, stuff like that. But it does not give the proper time for seeds to develop. And the embryos inside the seeds never really develop and you get that black spot. in the middle of the seed. So there's that. All right, I tell you what, I've been going live for an hour. I'm going to take a small pee break, and then I'm going to get my charger, and I'm going to sort seeds, and we're all going to hang out for maybe another hour. So, small break. I'll be back. I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I got my charger. Do not look at other chargers with this logo unless I'm holding the charger. Were you the one who actually made that statue for me? Oh, dude. Wait. Oh, here it is. I got scared. I got scared for a second. I'm going to have to do something goofy here in a minute. Let's look at my percentage. I'm at 14. Let me read some comments. Oh. Mick, yeah. That's probably at the same time. I should probably put that on 420 and get all the stoners and the hippies to be like, hey man, pickles is cool. Got any weed growing down here? Like, no, I don't do that. But it would throw them off. You ever watch The Simpsons? Their clock's usually on 420. Next time you watch The Simpsons, if you watch The Simpsons, The Simpsons. Wow. You guys have no idea what I just saw. You got to be kidding me. I can't even talk about it. Holy crap. The mess. Wow. We'll just take that as a compliment. Leave it at that. To be honest, that's a whole different subject. That was kind of cool. All right. So where can I do this? You know what? I could plug it in here. Probably plug it in here. But I got all this other stuff in the way. That way I can keep talking to you guys. This can get out of here. that down. This has been in my videos for like a week, just these bottles, so maybe it's high time we get that out of there. Maybe I'll put the table back here, and that way I could just go live all day. You know, a lot of times when I'm doing this, I'll talk to other vendors on the phone. I think we all get tired of doing the same stuff over and over and over again. You know, it's just the monotony of the day. It's the monotony of the day. So I'm going to switch everything around. This might not work. And that's not looking super duper. I needed more time, watch time on my videos, so what the heck? So here I am. Just keep going live. I hope this does not collapse. Gonna move some of oh crap. Gonna move some of my stuff over here. It'll be a new location. Now it looks like I got sunburn again. All right, here we go. This is the JP Sunbird edition. Copyrights, no infringement. My sunburn is trademarked. So I can plug it in over here, I think. And I could sort plants and talk. So I could go on so I could chug a bunch of coffee and talk to you guys all day long about the plants, about everything else, about copyrights, trademarks, and just doing plants all day. Sort. Don't forget jppepperseeds.com. So let's crank these videos out. I can get this off the wall. Sorry it's not as fun as you guys want, but at least I can go live for a little bit longer. Hold on. Gotta unplug some stuff. Gotta unplug a bunch of stuff. This should do it. There we go. Charging up. Now I feel like I've neglected you all. Well, I did that. So I guess this will be my new location. All right, I'm gonna sit down here for a minute. Keep answering grow questions. Panning into the laundry room. Sunburn edition. All right, let's go back to comments. What do you use for bug control? Hello, Gordon State Gardener. If you don't mind, share this video out. I use ladybugs for aphids, and that's usually anything I get. Once in a while, spider mites every 2-3 years. Those lights are kind of tough on my eyes. It's the only way I could go live and give you guys more time and more stuff like that. You know, you could use neem oil. I've used it before. A lot of neem oil. Like, honestly, see how beautiful that plant is? It'll get real dried out. So it's like you could use it, rinse it off. Oh, these lights are killing me. Jimmy, what's your experience and your opinion on putting 2 plants in 1 pot? That sounds like a movie. Hey, Lon. That sounds like a movie I watched before. I gotta do something about this. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield. It's really bright. So we're talking about my favorite movie, Two Plants in One Cup. There we go. Success. Woo, was that bright or what? Lon is all intrigued by 2 plants in 1 cup. Well, 2 plants in 1 container. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, you want enough root development and everything. Boy, that killed my eyes. Enough root development and everything. So, that being said, you probably get better yields. But if you're doing like a big container and you're doing more of an ornamental, you could. I do 2 plants in 1 container once in a while. If I start running out of space, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't want to start an entire net and separate half of it, although I'll probably get a little bit better airflow. And isolating, in general, here's just a footnote. When you isolate, your yields drop. So always keep that in mind as well. But yeah, generally speaking, I say no go. But, you know, if you're confined to space, why not? You're going to have to water a little bit more, though, because of the root development. And maybe a little bit more nutrients, but that's about it. All right, let's go back to more comments. Plug it into the clock. You're into that clock. What time is it? What time is it? You know what? Oh, that's crazy. So the clock's not even working, but it's on the right time. So that just means a wormhole. We're going to go into a wormhole. All right. Wow, that's a tidbit of trivia about The Simpsons in 420. I've always learned something from you. Thank you. Yeah, The Simpsons always do 420. All right, well, I don't see a lot of comments and concerns right now. We can keep this running. Why not? I'm going to sort plants. So when you guys make a comment, it'll pop up here. So I'm just going to sort plants, go back and forth. Anything I think of or stuff like that, I will try to address. All right. What should I sort next? That's one assortment. Do these. Any comments? Here's another one. This will be an example. I will show you guys something. I will show you guys something. And remember, seeds keep. jppepperseeds.com. It's like Sesame Street, far and near. All right, so I'll go ahead and come up to you guys. Here's a plant. It's a healthy plant. But look what happened. Ooh, it's a little flimsy, but anyway, look what happened. I'm going to pick this off. Flower. Nice looking flower, huh? Anyway, why do we get this flower? Because it's getting root bound. And when these plants get root bound, they'll start producing flowers for survival of the species line. So it's the way the genetics is formed. You get the flower, so it starts producing. That means this needed transplanted sooner. A lot of people are producing. I see a lot of sellers doing it too. I'm picking these off. And they'll fall off naturally if they don't get enough airflow. Actually, a pepper was forming out of that. So, little tidbit. I figured I'd let you guys know. Did I miss any comments? Okay, so, all right, I'm going to continue sorting. I'm here. keep the questions, comments up. Every 5-10 minutes, I'm going to run back and I'm going to answer more questions. So that way I'm getting work done and you're getting questions answered. Still here. And when I walk through this stuff, I'll actually think about things I could address, maybe anywhere from plant problems and stuff like that as I sort my plants. I don't think I have many of those plants, do I? I don't think I need many of them for that seed stalk. So, I think that's it on that one, huh? I'll be damned. Back. I just got to do this. I got to see if I have any of those varieties in here. I know for a fact they didn't do too many of those. But like I said, this is a nice view, huh? It might be a little bit better since I'm walking around. Like I said, if you're getting flowers early, that means they're getting root bound. The roots are formed to that container, and it's a survival mode. It kicks in. It's trying to get those flowers. So that's what it's doing. Is this? Yes. Another one. All right, I'm done with that line up. Let's see. Also, some of the new vendors coming in and selling seed. This is nothing wrong. This is not negative. This is just an observation. And they could do it, and it works. But I'll tell you why I don't do it. Okay, so some of the new vendors and seed guys are coming in, and they're getting plants like this tall, which this is a foot. I think they go about a foot, and they'll start producing. They'll get that potassium and phosphorus on that plant because they want production. Okay, so what happens is they'll get production. Certain types like capsicum and newums, you're going to get the right shape for the most part, but capsicum chinense could be a little bit more complicated. Has to get all that DNA and all the nutrients to form it. It takes more nutrients, more time into that, and you're not going to get the perfect shapes on a smaller plant. Okay, so that being said, and also, you're not going to get massive yields on smaller plants. You know, plus it could get top heavy and everything like that. That's why I'm willing to wait an extra 2 months. I could have got production on all of this stuff. I could have put an organza bag over a couple things. I could have thrown several hundred stuff on the website this week, but I'm not going to because I didn't go through that process, but I don't really want to go through that process. All right, here's another one. So I'm talking to you guys as I'm sorting. That way I could stay on here longer. All right, good here. That's our stuff. This is a plant that died. I have the extra soil. Keep it in here. Also to keep in mind, too much nitrogen on a plant will cause flower drop. I'm losing people here. Jimmy, those are excellent points. I think trying to overstimulate the growth of a plant can have negative effects, and you are describing some of them. Yes, absolutely. How are you dealing with water running? Okay, that's another. Okay, so let's keep this up. Do me a favor, keep sharing it. I'm temporarily suspended. I made a funny joke on Facebook. My funny joke wasn't so funny, so I got suspended. All right, so I'm sorting. I'm sorting, I'm sorting, I'm sorting. I did just think of something to actually bring up. Something I do that can help all of you. Actually, what I do is, I was thinking as I'm sorting, wouldn't it be easy if I just had all my stuff all together? Then I wouldn't have to sort. Well, I'm growing out of I'm actually licensed as a residential commercial grow. So it's hard. Like if I had a greenhouse and it was just all the way down. But I also do certain things as well. Believe it or not, I almost sound like the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. What a goofy show. But I don't want a harvest all at once. I'm technically a one-man show here, so I like to have a harvest 2 weeks and then a week off and do that. Or I just don't want it all at once. So some of my plants are bigger, some of them are smaller. That's why I do that. I deal as a company, and if employees, stuff like that. Okay, that's what I'm using. Let's go back to comments. That's why I'm using good soil. When the light liquid fertilizers needed, I'm sorry, that was popping off. Needed to develop the plan. Hope I didn't, Jimmy. I don't do Facebook, so I hope I didn't ask a question that could cause a problem. Facebook is nothing but trouble. No, you didn't ask anything wrong. You're good. 2 thumbs up. All right, back to sorting. All righty. I should have more of these. Definitely should. Aha. Dry clean. Alrighty. I'm not going to tell you what plants I'm sorting, but that was a Capsicum bacatum. They are mass producers. Usually a nice citrusy flavor, either it being fruity or citrusy. They really stand out. Capsicum bacatums do. Some people are right in front of me. Right in front of no, nope. Some people shy away from the lower heats. You shouldn't. You can incorporate them more into your meals, and if you have lower tolerance at the time, you can actually do that. All right, those are sorted. Didn't grow too many of those this year. Probably should have grown more. I'm going to continue checking. The control of the plant growth, are you ever going to travel down this pathway? Where are you at? Okay, I noticed some keywords that intrigued me of interest. So, okay, Lawn Dog says, okay, Jimmy, now are questions that tough? Hydroponics seems to be the wave of the future. What an investment to go this route, because it looks like all computers and sensors. Truthfully, yeah. I would not rule out hydroponics. You can grow faster and more efficient with hydroponics. Negative downfall. It's going to cost me a lot more money, and it's hard to isolate hydroponics like that with everything else going on and the different lines. You got to do, well, you don't have to do a drip line because it's hydroponics. But Ideally, if I had a greenhouse type of situation, I mean, it's going to cost a ton more money if you could grow it indoor. If I had a greenhouse, you know what? I think I would. I think I would. I think I still would do outdoors. Yes, cost, 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 cost. Go up one comment. Okay, I think I'm missing something. No, I'm good. I got it all. Yeah, I mean, isolation cost me a massive amount of money. So, I might as well sort this one right in front of me. Hey, I could show you this one. And I do apologize. I sold out of these beautiful plant, huh? My messy marker. Golden Primus Alley. It's a good one. It's a color variant. So, all right. So, guys coming in, you can talk amongst yourself. I'm just sorting plants. I get questions all day long. I might as well go live all day long. You know what I mean? Dream. Oh, it's never ending. People coming in, I'm just sorting plants. I did my mass part of the video. I did a little bit of a tour. That's accounted for. Not grow a lot of these. Against growing a lot of these. Yeah, I'm still here, folks, just sorting plants. I think I'm actually good on that variety. That's not. At least we got another one, huh? I gotta sort through here. All right. 3 people in here. I don't think I'm that entertaining as much. My entire area is mostly now these indoors or culture businesses. It's the biggest industry in the desert. Yeah, you know what? I look at certain aspects and business models. Ideally, technically I'm doing cutting edge for what I'm doing in the pepper seed industry. But it's not always the best way. Like I said, money, money, money. Isolating alone is enough to buy a car. Alright, I got that variety done. Next one. Let's do this one. Put it right here. Okay. You guys can go to YouTube. I can't remember the keywords to type in. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be blown away. You're going to be fascinated by this. It is a Japanese company that does produce like lettuce and microgreens and everything. And it's a skyscraper. Beautiful setup. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I was blown away watching this video. I really was. Let's see. Yep. I knew I was doing something. Those are not even ready. Yeah, you got to make sure your plants are ready before you transplant them out. This stuff is not ready. I'm going to harden those off indoors and then outdoors. Meaning, I'll transplant them to like 1 gallon containers. This is not really ready. It's too flimsical. It needs transplanted, more roots, and a fan will help. And see, these were under weaker lights on the second. I need to have them on stronger. So that's what I'm doing. That's the process I'm doing right down here right now. All right. Keep sorting, keep sorting, keep sorting. Like I said, any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask pretty much anything, as long as it is respectable. Oh, well. Still here. And I have most of my grow set up and containers already. So, wow, I don't have many of these plants, do I? Except for stuff that's not really ready. Well, that's okay. They're mass producers. Ornamental type right here. All right, so we're good with this variety for now. Yeah, so I try to be more self-sufficient. This part is not that self-sufficient whatsoever. But, you know, what the heck. Might as well go live and do this, kill two birds at one stone. TB, or two, I'm sorry, TB. 2B says, I'm transplanting some plants from your seeds. So I'm just listening and learning. Yeah, transplanting some plants. Okay, that's good. Hey, thank you 2B, for being a customer. I do appreciate that. My entire grow is mostly now of these indoor or culture businesses, the biggest industry in the desert. Arsenic Element, how you doing? I just spoke with your friend today, by the way, if you're still here, with Hansville, aka Batman. You can see Batman at Make It Wayne. Okay, so Golden Primatale, yeah, they're cool. They're very gnarly. All right, did I actually forget what I was doing? I'm growing. One thing, actually, you guys can ask me. I'm growing some varieties I grew last year. You're welcome, 2B. I'm growing some varieties I grew last year because they were a hit. I'll show you. This is very dry. I need to water some of this. Bleeding Jigsaw. It was a hit, so I'm growing them again. Also, I will personally tell you, 100% showed up with the Bleeding Calyx. With bubblegum types, not every generation is going to show it. Based on watching others, it looked like about 95% were successful. Not with, I think it's 100% successful so far with my seeds, but it's not that, you can't even blame the vendor for that. It's a genetic thing. You're always going to get that. You can have a bubble gum, like a Bleeding Borg 9, and 20 generations, you might not get that bleeding. So that's something else to consider. Just keep this here. I like those. I really did. The Bleeding Jigsaws. I should have, weather permitting, they're not even outside. They're down here. I've got those sorted already. Don't know how many I have. I usually keep count of everything. Here's another plant. These plants look healthy. Not everything looks healthy down here. That will be destroyed anyway. Yeah, sometimes when you have a lot of plants together, it's hard to water them unless you trim back some of the leaves. That could be very time consuming, and if you don't keep up with it, that's what could happen. I am making decent progress over here. I really hope I have more of these than just a couple plants. I got some really cool Capsicum pubescens. Capsicum pubescens. I'm growing more varieties of Capsicum pubescens this year. And I'm going to be honest, Capsicum pubescens are not big sellers. It seems like people in Europe and South America really love the Capsicum pubescens a lot. But I love it. They seem to grow best in mountain regions. I think they kind of like that humid and cool air kind of alternating. So it just seems to be that way. I might have some of those hardening off already. So just sorting plants if people are coming in. I talked about my main thing. P. Diddy, what's going on? So, oh yeah, I was talking, my heading was scammers. I should have said scammers and plant talk. Yeah, it was just people using my pictures for stuff and my company name, which I do not approve of. Well, I approved one person. They asked me and said, hey, can I borrow your pictures? I'm a new seller. I said, you know what? Go ahead. It's cool. Why not? If I know the guy for a while or whatever. So I sorted that. All right, next variety. I'm going to go with this one. You didn't know what this is, but it should be an exclusive. Somebody once said to me, I really don't like exclusives. Well, that's okay. The only thing exclusive means, technically, here's some flowers I'm picking off. That means it was getting root bound. It was going in that survival mode. So I'm sitting there picking those off. Don't need those. You'll have a shorter plant. You need to put your energy upright. Huh. I feel bad because I'm getting a bunch of messages in here and I can't really answer them. Can't do it all. Can't talk to everybody all at once. All right. I'm going to start using this as a sorting area as well. I'll just kind of remember. Do you remember? All right. Oh, exclusives. I was talking about exclusives. Yeah, I mean, they're neat. It's new, a new variety. And all that's saying is, it's not saying special, it's not saying this, it's not saying that. It's just saying I'm the only person who has that variety at that given time. That's all. That way it saves the customers for bouncing around. Hey, like the example, the chocolate vermicelli, nobody was selling the seeds, nobody had it. So it saves the customer from running around trying to figure it out. Some of these plants really need water. Man, I do not see that variety over here much. And they only got more. one. So as you're coming in, I'm sorting plants. If you have questions, concerns, hey, I'm the great repeater. I can always repeat myself. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. So I'm just sorting. I'm having fun. I don't mind talking a lot. I wish I had more of these. Sometimes I wish I grew more certain plants, certain varieties. So let's go back to questions and concerns. 2B. I keep saying TB. Sorry about that. 2B. I have some 7-pot pickle seeds. Can't wait to grow them. Awesome. Oh, man. Chaotic. Bacon. I got root aphids from a nursery every year. Yeah, that sucks. I was trying to think of a professional name other than saying that sucks, but it's unfortunate. How about I use that? Yeah, this is live and unedited. Pete Eddy. Did I read this yet or not? I'm not sure. I better make sure this is charging, or otherwise I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm charging. It is going up. Yeah, since we've been in the last half an hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 8 people messaging me. Yeah, share this and tell people I'm online. I'm live. All right, where was I? I did that one already. All right, that's cool. That's done. That's fine. Leave it there. You know what? I got another side down here. Use those. I'm going to double check on these. Oh yeah. So while I'm sorting plants, think of a variety that you're excited for this year. Think of a variety you're excited for. Numex Orange Spice came to mind. I'm growing it again. I hate running out of seeds. I'm becoming more and more successful, so I need to accommodate what I do. That means if certain varieties do well, I need to grow more of them. Okay, I'm going to double check on that one variety over here. I may or may not have. We got some outside already. Thought I had another one over here. It's like you guys came to work with me. You guys are all my kids. I'm your dad. Come to work with Dad Day. That's it for that one variety. I guess I left that one type down. Okay, we got those. What can I do with these? Let's couple this. No, I can do this. Having fun now. Any questions, comments, concerns? I've been live for an hour and a half. I gave a tour outside already. Jimmy, is August and September a good time to buy seeds from you? Because we're in the desert. That's where the weather starts to cool down for growing plants, including tomatoes. Well, I mean, technically, to buy seeds from me, anytime. Seeds will keep for several years. But as far as new stuff, we're talking, yeah, I mean, honestly, my website's not going to be fully loaded till about November. December, I'm doing more than ever. I'm gonna grab a drink. Do not have a drink. Now I'm here. Oh well. Not a biggie. Not a biggie. Alright. That's sorted, that's sorted, that's sorted. Sorted. Yeah, you're in the desert. Let me ask you, do you use shade cloth? I bet you use shade cloth. If you don't, you would know more than me. Be honest, because it's your area. But I know some people growing down that way. Let's do this variety. And it just seems to me you get a better production under a tree, Nevada, and all that other stuff. Big bucket. Do this. Hey. That's right. All right. Yeah. Keep thinking of questions and comments, and I'll keep going back to you. Ooh, another one. Still sorting. Yeah, I should have the sorting done today or tomorrow. But it's going to take me... Oh, I do have another room of plants too. It's going to take me... On the rate I'm going, I should be done in 2 weeks. Let's go for 3 weeks. So I should be done with everything in about 3 weeks. So I don't mind the sorting too much. So Lawn Dog says, I'm not particularly very specific about the peppers I want to grow. It's just having fun, a little bit of variety chosen from. I'm sure you'll have something. Oh yeah. I should have a ton. All right, just got that variety done. I know there's mixed. Let's run these real quick. This is an easy one because I can identify it really quick. I'm excited about a lot of varieties. And hey, I know this video is not too exciting, but I figured I'd just work and talk. It's what I do best. Work and talk. All right, check this one area. And I should have that accomplished. I'll start pulling these. Yeah. All at once. I'm going to put these all here. I'm going to run out of room. Oh. This one type I was thinking about, as long as it grows true, Capsicum pubescens type. It's not exclusive. I know like 20 people growing it. I think I'm the only one in the United States growing it that I know of. Probably two, maybe another guy. So it'll be, I might say on my label, very rare. But it won't be an exclusive. It's a Capsicum pubescens. So that's something to look forward to. Barnyard Chicken, hello. If you don't mind, if you could share this out, jppepperseeds.com. Feel like I'm a president. Richard Nixon. We got those done, those done. Yeah, I got a lot of varieties to take up. I could just get a pro cam and it could be my reality show. So those are orange. I'm just sorting over here, making sure I got everything. Things get scattered because if I don't get a high germination rate from certain seeds, I grew seeds I haven't grown in a while. Seeds lose the germination and they start dropping germination rates like after 4 or 5 years. It's not that high of a percentage. Cool dark place, you're not going to drop your percentage, which it was a cool dark place, but which one? I'm forgetting already. Doing a bunch of Scotch bonnets this year. So if you guys are looking for Scotch bonnets, I'll have a bunch. I'm even doing a rare type, but no promises on it. No promises. I can't predict the weather. Yeah, I'll read your comments here in a little bit. You gotta be kidding me. Once in a while, I'll grow a bunch and I'll be like, you know what? I don't have as many as I thought. It is dusty down here. I can't wait to get this all cleaned up. Oh, I do have more. Those are mass producers anyway. I just want seeds to have a decent supply. 7 people, all right. I'm doing well. Thank you all for attending. Tell you what, I'll sit down. Let me look over this real quick. I'm doing well. So that's it. That's it. Just sorting plants. I sound like an auditorium. I'm like Wilson with just the thing. Oops, wrong thing. Sorry. Yeah, and you know, as longer this video goes, the longer this video goes, I almost regret the title because this video is really not that. I'm sorry about all this twistiness. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, I'm gonna get to comments. I felt like I'm neglecting you all, but you've always been in my heart this entire time. So Lawn Dog says, Jimmy, for payment methods on your website, you got quite a bit of choices, but I'm not into the Apple world. Either am I. I'm not into the Apple world at all. I do have a Visa card. Have you ever considered adding PayPal as a choice? Yes, PayPal is one of the main choices on there. Yes, I accept PayPal right on the website. Now, when you go to jppepperseeds.com and you scroll all the way down, there'll be a list of icons. And by the way, there'll be a link for my YouTube channel. Click it, and then you'll come right back here. Wouldn't that be cool? But yeah, there's just a little section like that, and I think it's 11, 12 forms of payment. PayPal is one of them. Okay. Yeah, you can accept PayPal, Visa card, whatever you want to. Okay. Lawn Dog says, oh, that brings up something I need your viewpoint on. Seed preparation, that there are many methods: soaking the seeds in water, soaking them in black tea, soaking them in a paper towel. Honestly, when I first started years ago when I was a kid, well, non-pepper seeds like pumpkin, I used to grow a lot of pumpkin and squash and herbs and stuff like that. The seeds were automatically in the soil. They're so easy to germinate. Pepper seeds are a little bit more difficult. I don't soak them. I used to soak them. And the problem, I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem I always had with soaking them is if they start germinating, you have to get them out. You have to start transplanting them into your red Solo cups or whatever small containers. You don't want to put it in a big container. You could, but you want to keep it into a smaller container. That's a lot more work in a small period of time. So if I get real busy, the seedlings are going to die off in a Ziploc bag and stuff like that. I figured that's when you soak them, okay, that's a step. And when then they germinate from soaking them and you transplant them into soil, you just created two steps: the soaking, the transplant. What I do is I put them in small containers, planter cells. I try to keep them shallow, maybe midway to high. I put a light on them. You don't really need a light on them when you're germinating, except for it brings a little bit more heat. So I don't soak them. I don't. And the difference between soaking with black tea and all that, I think it just tenderizes the shell of the seed so it can germinate faster. But I do a germination mat, reservoir tray, planter cell, soil, seed, light for extra. This room's starting to get messy in here. So, this is what I stored them in. These need washed. But, you know, some people store them in, here, I'll show you, as a visual aid. I'm sure you guys can imagine. Some people start germinating their seeds in red Solo cups. I do this. Why is this better than this? Because if you're using germination mat, it takes all that heat. It takes a certain amount of energy for that heat to travel and to germinate that seed. Now I put the seed probably about right here in the container. If I'm doing this, and if I would germinate in here, I put the seed about here. So you can see it's almost equal, but now I think about it, I usually put it, it's just easier to do it this way. It's faster with the heat. And you can cover it, you can put a dome on it and everything else like that. I just wanted to show that both works. And the fun thing about growing is, just because I use a method Doesn't mean your method's not just as good. All right, so let's get back to the comments. Okay, this best way to germinate is to put them seeds in. Okay, Justin Staggers, thank you for being here. 2B, sorry it took so long to get to you. Can you give some direction about growing capsicum pubescens? Second season growing them with no good luck. If you want capsicum pubescens, it's that black seed. It's a thicker shell on it. If you want, you could actually soak them. I really don't have a problem germinating with them. I keep it about 85 degrees. Some germination mats, you can fine tune it with the temperature. You put a temperature gauge on it, or even if you don't have one, you get that light, like actually the ones that everybody's using for COVID-19. Towards your forehead and see what temperature you got. Keep it around 80, 85 degrees. They will take longer to germinate, but you will get success as long as the seeds are viable. Got to be patient. Patience, I understand, like, you get anxious. I do too. I think we all do. I could do this 50 years from now. I'm still going to get anxious. Man, is that actually going to germinate? Blah, blah, blah. Capsicum pubescens take a little bit longer. Give it an extra 10 to 15 days. I can get them germinating faster. This is what I do for a living, so I can be more tentative towards them. So, yeah. Just got to be patient. Keep your moisture content. A lot of people put too much moisture on it. It will rot the seeds. Even them out. You just want them wet. Same thing with growing plants. You don't want to soak them. This is not here. This is a better looking plant. That one wasn't that great. So you don't want to soak them. You don't want to soak them till water comes out the bottom. If it's starting to get root bound, you might want to do it just so second water comes out the bottom, you stop. But water, moisture, water is an element of life. It's very important. You don't want too much. I had bad luck with pucker butt seeds as well. This year, all of the seeds I got from pickles are doing great this year. Well, that's great to hear. It's great to hear, but it's also sad to hear that you had an issue with another company. I don't wish ill will on any other seed vendors. Pros and cons. The pro is I ended up on top on this situation. Yeah, I'm not. If I don't know something, I'm just going to tell you. Even if I look dumb, I could just tell you, hey, you know what? Yes, barnyard chicken, you're right. Whatever works best for you. Yeah. I'm just reading comments here. Okay. Jimmy, if I send you an order, will you personally be processing it? Yes. Oh, a random thought. I just thought about this. It's totally random. I don't get very specific with orders. Sometimes people will be like, could I get this for free? Because I know you put extras. I'm like, a lot of times, I hate to say it, I'm going to disregard your message or whatever. Because what I do is you never said anything. Like I said, it's totally random. Boy, I'm starting to look like crap on camera. I'm working way too much. Way too much. But I figured I'd give myself a break and just talk all of your ears off. Get a pile of ears from me talking too much. I keep forgetting what I'm saying because I'm always tired. Oh, okay. Okay. This is something interesting. This is something that's been on my mind. So, 2B, you're actually saying something that I've been thinking about and I've never seen anybody talk about. So 2B says, I have a problem making them produce I have a 2-year-old plant and had only 2 pods from it. Well, okay. First of all, 2B, I want to ask you a question. What size is your container? Because what could be happening is there's a couple things that could be happening. They could be going in and out of shock, and they could be root bound if the container's real small. For something that's 2 years old, if you didn't trim your roots or if you didn't use a grow bag, probably what you should do is trim the roots. Pull out the roots and trim them up if they're not in a very large container or a grow bag. So that's an important factor for me in order to help. You got to help me, help you. Oh, no. And Lonnie, I know you weren't asking for anything. Usually when somebody says that, they'll be like, oh, dude, hey, man, can you throw me this or that? I got everything. The freebies I put in a box. I just want to say that out in the open. Boy, I need to shave today. 14 liters. Oh. Mini Oliver Kodo. I've never had those, but I've had a sauce Chris Fowler made and gave to me. Freaking fantastic flavor. I'm in love with that flavor. It's awesome. 14 liters. Oh, yeah. Capsicum pubescens. They require a lot more than that. 2 years. Yeah. Honestly, if you didn't do anything with the roots and all that stuff, we're talking. You want nice production? 25-gallon container because it's 2 years old. Unless it's a grow bag. And grow bags are not good for capsicum pubescens. They're very top heavy, and capsicum pubescens vine out. They're very hard to grow isolated because they'll start ripping through my nets. So I got to constantly trim them. And they don't like being trimmed. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris Fowler, he's a friend of mine. He's a good guy. You know what? Why isn't he watching my videos? Yeah, Lawn's right. All right. All right, so you're welcome. All right, so I'm going to go back to sorting a little bit, and then I can keep, hey, and honestly, thank you guys for supporting me. And this live stream's been going live for 2 hours, and I still got 5 people. So, much love to all of you. All right. So, what should I sort? Those are done. Those are done. Those are done. Go over here, pick something. Just pick anything. I don't think I have many of these. I'll just pick these. When I'm sorting and I get in the situation of sorting, I try to make it easier for myself. If I know I grew a lot of a variety, first of all, I'm yelling at myself right now. I shouldn't be sorting. Everything should be close together. But I always do it. I do it every year. I do it every single year. I'm actually yelling at myself. Damn it, Jimmy. I can see you. I'm yelling at you. 2 plants in here, that's cool. I will transplant these 2. I'll get into that later. So, what I do is I start germinating seeds, and then it'll end up being, hey, I want more varieties than that because, I don't want to run out of seed stock and have 10 billion people messaging me. When you get that back in stock, man? So, we'll put these here. So I pick the larger varieties, and then it's easier to see all the other ones. If I know I grew a bunch of those. So keep sorting. You guys keep thinking of stuff to talk about. Right here. Right here. And I have my nets already lifted on the 1 sections and my plants. Guess I can put these over here. And my plants. Or the planters. I just transplant them and water them real quick. It's an easy process. I want to see if that guy's here. Okay. All right. I'm going to read a couple comments here. Oh, you kidding me? How am I at 7 minutes? Did it loop? I'm going to end this. I'm not really understanding this. All right. I'm going to end this. Hey, thank you all much for watching. I appreciate it. Much love. Sure, I worked my butt off for you guys, but I tell you what, it doesn't matter. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be in existence.